more bench space? Here's a folding work table that's both big and strong. And we do mean strong. It sets up in a minute for routing, sanding, planing, you name it, and folds up into a super compact unit that's only 5 inches thick. Here today, tucked away tomorrow. You can build this 70-pound workhorse in a day using little more than a table saw, jigsaw, hacksaw, and a drill. Built for strength, it won't wobble, sag, or walk across the floor. Bolts and T-nuts securely lock the wide rails and end panels. Long, continuous hinges are the backbones of this table. Each of the 4 folding parts, the 2 rails and the 2 end panels, are connected to the top with a hinge. The hinges are mounted at 4 different levels, so the parts simply fold down on top of each other. This work table knocks down in only a minute. You don't need any tools, and you don't have to keep track of any loose pieces. Simply unscrew the 4 bolts, fold it down, and tuck it away. Cut 1 long groove in each rail to receive the 4 pieces of threaded rod that hold the table together. Use a tall fence and a feather board to steady the workpiece. Then, cut out an arch in the rail so your hands have room to turn the knobs on the threaded rods. Mount the hinges before assembling the table. Positioning the hinges is critically important, but easy to do. Simply fold a hinge over one of the hardwood riser blocks and clamp it in place. Drill pilot holes with a self-centering bit, drive in the screws, unfold the hinge, and you're good to go. Putting this table together doesn't require any complicated measuring or joinery, but you do need to put the pieces together in the right order. Upside down, the table has 4 levels. Start with the lowest level and work up. All of the pieces line up with the edge of the top. First, install the 2 rails using spacers to correctly locate them. Rail D has no riser block. Rail E has 1. Note that Rail E is shorter than Rail D by the thickness of its riser block. Next, add the first end panel and 2 blocks for the locking bolts. This end panel has 2 riser blocks. Finish by adding the last end panel and the 2 remaining locking bolt blocks. This panel stands on 3 riser blocks, so it's shorter than the other end panel. Lock the table together with bolts and T-nuts. The T-nuts are buried in wood blocks that are screwed to the table's end panels. Locating the blocks in exactly the right spot is easy. Thread the blocks onto the threaded rod buried in the rail. Swing the rail upright, then drive a screw through the T-nut block and into the end panel. Unthread the bolt from the T-nut block. Fold the rail down and out of the way. Then drive in the bottom screw through the T-nut block.